Hello, everybody. Hello to friends of mental health, friends of inner peace, friends of anti-loneliness. That's what we're here, right? We're here because we care about our mental health. And today it's day 6 already, and we still have many days to go, but we have come up to day 6, and we're talking about burnout. And today specifically, we're talking about how to recognize whether we have a burnout or not. What are the symptoms that can help us recognize it? And I was flabbergasted when I read an article that said that the symptoms of burnout can be up to 130 symptoms. 130 symptoms that they are currently known. It doesn't mean that you need to have all 130 symptoms, right? But it means that every person has different symptoms, but altogether they come up to 130 symptoms. 130 symptoms that are currently known, or if you want to put it another way, widely ignored, because we don't know all of them. We don't know when we have actually a burnout. The three main dimensions or symptoms or umbrellas of symptoms that you want to keep in mind are, first of all, the exhaustion, the physical low energy. Second one, the alienation from work activities, being more cynical. And the third one is the reduced performance. So these three, exhaustion, alienation, and reduced performance. But if we want to become more specific, let's go first into the physical symptoms. What are the physical symptoms? So first of all, you may notice that you have um, gastrointestinal complaints, in other words, stomach problems. Or maybe you notice headaches, or you have more often back pain, tinnitus even. Or you notice that you get sick more often than when you used to. So that means that your immune system has become more vulnerable. Or maybe you notice muscle tension, or sleeping problems. You sleep later, or it takes you more time to sleep, or you wake up in the middle of the night and then it takes you more time to go back to sleep, or your sleep is disturbed and you wake up many times. Or maybe you notice breathing problems or chest tightness or dizziness. But the most important and the most common physical symptoms is the exhaustion, the low energy, the fatigue, the tiredness. You are tired all the time. And even though you go to sleep and you sleep 8 hours, that's not enough, and you still feel tired. You may sleep 10 hours, and then again, it's not enough. You still feel tired. Maybe you sleep the whole weekend, and then again, you feel tired. You go on holidays, but still, you're like, I don't know what's happening. I still feel tired. So that's one of the most common physical symptoms. When we're talking about emotional or cognitive symptoms, you may notice that it's difficult for you to concentrate. As we said in the previous, I think it was day 4, where we're talking about memory loss. That was the tips of that day. You may notice that you have concentration or memory difficulties. Or your mind is restless and you tend to ruminate over the same things over and over again. What else? Maybe a more pessimistic outlook on work or life, or you see things negative. And this is where what we said initially from the 3 main symptoms, cynicism comes in. You have this cynical approach on your work, or more sarcastic, or there's this bitterness coming in when you're thinking about your work. Or maybe you feel like crying all the time. You have the tendency to cry, or you're sad, or you have lost the meaning of working, or what's the point of working, or what am I doing here? What is my use? What is my worth here? My value? Um, you become more indifferent. You things that used to give you pleasure or joy before, they don't touch you anymore. So you have lost the joy in your life, and you feel very demotivated. How is this interpreted into action and to behavior? Well, these are the behavioral symptoms, like, for example, lower productivity or absenteeism. You take time away from work, or um, uh, you are absent many days, or you notice that you're more agitated, more aggressive. You would talk to a client in a way that you would never imagine that you would talk to them before, and you stop for a moment. You're like, what am I doing? Why am I talking like that? So you become more aggressive or agitated, irritated, easily irritated. Or maybe you notice that you procrastinate more, things that you would actually do in a short time. You notice that you postpone again and again, and you do other things, and you get distracted very often. Or the inability, you notice the inability to make decisions. You ruminate and you change your mind all the time, and you postpone little or big decisions in your life. And that takes a lot of time. Or you notice that all this tension comes to your relationship or to your family, and you have relationship problems. So, listening to all these symptoms, do you resonate with some of them? Have you noticed that you have some of these symptoms? And how long have you had these symptoms? Of course, it plays an important role to think about how long we have these symptoms, or to think of the context. Maybe something was happening around the period that we had these symptoms. We don't want to diagnose ourselves too easily. So take a look at this video, and here are the symptoms again, and check with yourself, like, how many of these symptoms do I have? And if you notice that this is something that you have a lot of symptoms and you worry about that, feel free to ask me any question or talk to somebody that you trust and see whether you can get some help, because of course it's really important. So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for listening to day 6 tips about burnout, and it was about symptoms. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and continue the conversation we have about symptoms. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.